Hey everybody, my name's Chase, and today I'm continuing the series on Greenfield Lane. This is episode 7 of many about a young family that gets a house a little too cheap in the early 1990s. So at this point, the family's getting kind of used to living with other inhabitants in their house. They've kind of learned to live and let live. An example of their complacency with the situation, as is typical in most households, they've got decor, they've got pictures on the wall, they've got knickknacks on the mantles, they've got random decor around the house. It was pretty common for them to be sitting to dinner eating. They could hear something kind of rumbling or moving in the corner, a light flipping on and off. No big deal. They just kept eating. Occasionally, stuff would fly off the mantle and go across the room, just shoot across the room as if propelled invisibly. And again, everybody was kind of used to it. They just kept eating and enjoying their dinner because they said, we're sharing a space with something we can't see, and if we ignore it, perhaps it will ignore us. However, there were situations that they had to acknowledge and they couldn't just ignore. A lot of times, the young children, they would have friends over, friends from the neighborhood, and they'd want to play hide and seek. And as I've described previously, the house had a basement and a main living area, and there were tons of places to hide, tons of nooks and crannies to hide in. One day, all 3 children, were playing hide and seek with a few friends from the neighborhood. The rules set out where you had to stay inside the house, so either in the basement or in the upstairs, you couldn't go outside and hide. Keep it fair. So, as child 1 is counting, the other children scatter and go hide. We've all played hide and seek. We know the routine. You hear 1, 2, and then tons of footsteps just running around going crazy, pitter patter everywhere. Well, one of the neighborhood kids decides he's going to go downstairs and hide. Pretty normal. Done it 100,000 times. No big deal. Something happened to him in the basement that was beyond just we can acknowledge and ignore. He's hiding in the corner. And if you'll remember in a previous episode, I talked about the guy that would stand at the basement door at the bottom of the L. Well, he's hiding there, and he's kind of found this little nook around the wall. He's hiding right there, and he's being real quiet. He's being silent. Lights are all off. He's like, man, I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. They're never going to find me. He's kind of wedged himself between a piece of furniture and the corner of the wall. And as he's sitting there waiting, he feels a slight tug, kind of on the back of his hair. And he turns around and see if he had been found, and nobody was there. It was completely... he was still alone. So he goes back to his hiding spot and just assumed he felt something, no big deal. Well, he's standing there again, and he's facing into the corner, and he's trying to hide his best. And he's got his eyes open, because it doesn't really matter, it's dark. And he's listening intently. He's trying his best to hear if the other kid's even getting close to finding him. And as he's waiting there, and he's visualizing, he decides he's going to turn around where he can face out, just in case he does get found. It'll be easy. Kind of determines there's really no reason to be facing the corner. As he turns around, he is face to face with this giant stuffed animal. And he can't make sense of it because he knows where the stuffed animal came from. And he knows the stuffed animal was in the rec room. So the kid's hiding here, and the rec room's up here. And he knows that stuffed animal shouldn't be face to face with him. And so he goes to grab the stuffed animal. And as he grabs the stuffed animal and starts to move it down, he sees a young girl about his age staring right at him, except where there should be a face and there should be, eyes, nose, mouth, hair, it's completely blank. He said it was just... There was no face. It was completely blank. And so he realizes in this moment, A, there's no lights on, but there was just enough to see the teddy bear. And then when he pulled the teddy bear down, there was enough to see this creature. And B, she's kind of got her own backlight to her, this entity. He absolutely loses his mind, screams, panics, takes off running from out of that room, up around the L, up the stairs. He's just screaming and runs out of the house, completely inconsolable. The other kids hear the panic and they all go running after him, and they're all trying to figure out, hey, bud, what happened? What's wrong? What's going on? And he tries to retell the story, and the children that lived in the house were very sympathetic and understanding. The children that didn't live in the house thought he was absolutely insane. He goes home. He tries to tell his parents about it. They don't believe him. They assume he's just got an overactive imagination and, maybe it'd be best if you just don't play over there anymore. From that moment forward, that young man refused to step foot in that basement again. The same night of that instant where the little boy got scared in the basement, the owner of the house, the father, comes home from work and, he's blue collar, he's tired, he's hungry, he wants to take a shower. Wolfs down his dinner real quick, no big deal, decides he's going to take a shower. So the shower in his bathroom has a really long globe above it, and it's a screw-in globe, glass globe. So you would unscrew the globe, then unscrew the light bulb, replace the light bulb, screw the bulb back in. As the father was taking a shower, he noticed this weird squeaking sound, and he had heard it before, but he couldn't really determine what the source was because the shower was running. And he's continuing on, but he kind of hears the squeak, 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 and he kind of notices a weird shadow. Well, he looks up and he realizes the shower globe is slowly twisting around and unscrewing itself. And the house is old, so it was made of glass. It was a glass fixture. It's not like a plastic fixture today. When he reached up to try and stop it from falling, it basically hit his thumb and sort of free fell into the floor of the shower. It shatters all over the floor of the shower. There's glass everywhere because the shower's running. Little pieces of glass are going into the drain. It cut up his legs. It cut up his feet. He opens the shower door, swings the shower door open, kills the water. He's trying his best to move in a way that will keep him from getting cut anymore. As he's trying to work through this and dry off and clean up the glass and keep anyone else from getting injured, he smells that terrible sulfuric smell again, and he can't escape it. The mom, his wife, hears all the ruckus, in the meantime, comes into the bathroom to see what's going on. She assumed he was trying to change the light bulb, butterfingered it. He's like, no, I was taking a shower, and it unscrewed itself, and it fell and shattered all over the floor. She helped him treat his little lacerations, got it cleaned up, and that is where we're going to stop this week. Next week, it's going to ramp up even more. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys very much. I love you. Have a great week.